Hey guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel with your host El Young, and we are here with the brilliant David from Shores of Null. Welcome.
Ah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure. David, could you introduce yourself and what you do within Shores of Null?
Yes, I am the singer of Shores of Null. It's a metal band from Rome. We play doom metal with influences from gothic rock, gothic metal, black melodic death. There's a bit of everything. It's very melodic, melancholic. So we started in 2013. We released 4 albums, and we're about to drop a split album pretty soon. And we already have our fifth full-length album recorded. So we're finding a label for that, and we're looking for a label at the moment. And we've played all over Europe, UK. We played tons of shows. We like to play live a lot, and that's basically what I do with Shores of Null.
Cool. Cool. So let's dive into some questions. But first, Lisaboo, my head moderator, who is in Canada, says, "Welcome, David."
Hello, Lisa.
So let's dive into some questions. As a kid, what were you listening to?
Um, well, when I discovered metal and punk, was it was around when I was 15, 16 years old. And to me, didn't make much difference if it was punk, metal, or heavy rock. I mean, I didn't have definitions in my head still. So I was listening to Nirvana, NoFX, early Offspring, and then Marilyn Manson and Iron Maiden, Pantera. And then it became more obscure over the years. I started listening to Merciful Fate, and then I discovered black metal. Mm, yeah, but do metal and gothic metal has always been my favorite genres. But I also, when I was about 18, 19 years old, I started. I was invited to join my first important band. It was called Zippo, like the lighter, and we played stoner rock. So it was more similar to Caius. Caius were our main influence, Fu Manchu and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was also part of my journey leading to what I am now.
Oh, cool, cool. So, who actually got you into music? Was it a family member, such as your parents, or a sibling, or was it a friend, or was it sort of like a journey of self-discovery?
It was a journey that I built myself, basically, because I come from. So basically, I don't live in Rome. So even though the band is from Rome, I live. I live 2 hours from Rome on the east coast of Italy, central Italy. So the main city is called Pescara, which is pretty big city in that area. But I grew up in a small town, like 7,000 inhabitants, and I didn't have any friends that were into metal when I was a little kid. My parents didn't listen to music at all. I mean, they listened to the radio. They had a few records at home, but they didn't have like a music culture. So I couldn't get anything from them. I have an older brother who was into very generic music. So yeah, I started listening to music in the radio. So the ones that got my attention was the more rock oriented stuff. And then I that there was a TV channel when I was really young that started to broadcasting some punk heavy metal music. And then when I was 14, 15 years old, I went to school in the bigger city. So I discovered a record store, and I had a few friends in the class that were into more aggressive music, and so I found out that there was a scene, that kind of music. So, but I think that record store in the main city really opened my mind, because I started going there on the weekends, and you could listen to the records with headphones before buying it. But yeah, beside that, there was this TV channel. Before even MTV arrived in Italy. There was this music channel, and they had a metal TV show that was during the night, like 3 a.m. or something like that. So I always woke up to watch that program that used to show video of the most extreme metal bands of that time. So that's where I discovered Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir, and lots of stuff that then became my favorite listenings at that time.
Cool. Yeah, that was what was that around about the mid-90s?
It was end of the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
So
I'm from 86. So I'll be 40 next year.
Cool. I'll be 53 next year.
Okay.
God, it sucks getting old.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, it does. So, out of all the bands that you've listened to over the years, who was your sort of like main influence, or was it like a group of people who actually influenced you to say, I want to do this, I want to get up on stage and actually perform?
As I mentioned before, I've always been into doom and gothic metal, mostly as my preferred genres. Of course, are very omnivorous in terms of music, so I can listen to all sorts of stuff. But in particular, the music that got my attention was the one with some emotion. So I've always loved melancholic music with some extreme sadness. So I don't have a band in particular that made me decide to follow the musical path, but for sure, my main influences are from My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, Early Amorphis, Sentenced. Sentenced were probably my favorite. Have always been my favorite band of all time. But also Candlemass, lots of stuff, and also Depeche Mode, The Cure, many bands. But at the same time, I was a big fan of Iron Maiden. That's probably the band that I was listening to the most while growing up. That is my main influence. I also saw them live on the last tour. I went to Prague to see them. It was amazing.
Yeah, they all
So, yeah,
cool.
but also Type O Negative a lot. I mean, I have so many influences.
Yeah.
My favorite singers of all time are Bruce Dickinson and Pete Steele. So they're two opposites, but that's probably why they're the main reason why I sing that way. Probably.
Yeah, as you can see, I've got an Iron Maiden shirt. Yeah, I've seen Maiden three times. Once with Blaze Bailey and twice with Bruce Dickinson.
Hmm.
And also saw Type O Negative as well on the October Rust tour
Oh yeah,
in '97.
I've never seen Type of Negative. Yeah, Iron Maiden at least 4 times. So, but always with Bruce Dickinson. So post Brave New Worlds.
Cool. So, uh, you did mention one band you were in before Shores of Null. Were
Yes.
you in any other bands prior?
Uh, I've had projects, but yeah, that was the my main band. So I, I didn't have any other bands before uh, in in a strict sense. So that was the only band I recorded records with and played live often. So it was called Zippo. We released 4 albums, and yeah, and we toured a lot in Europe. So we were pretty active, very DIY band, but we did many things. And actually, Shores of Null overlapped a little bit. So when we formed the Shores of Null, I still had that other band, and one of the guitarists of Shores of Null, Gabo, I used to tour with him with his previous band with my old project. So there was already this connection, even though we played stoner, doom rock, and the other band played hardcore death metal. We found each other uh, into the genres that we play with Shores of Null. So we already had this connection. So when he had these songs pre-recorded, like pre-productions in 2013, it was before 2013, maybe 11 or 12. He sent me these demos, and I was really impressed. So that's how Shores of Null were born.
Cool. Cool. So, what has Shores of Null been up to, especially over, say, the last 12 months or so?
Over the last 12 months, we haven't been very active because our previous record was released in 2023. And so in 2023 and 2024, we played many live shows. So this year was a bit, uh, we were not too active. So we played a few shows, but we actually spent it recording the new album and the split album that I mentioned earlier that will be released in November. So we have announced we haven't announced the date yet, but I can tell you it will be announced soon. So it's going to be released on November 21st, and the other band is Convocation. So it's a doom death metal band from Finland. We have announced the split already, but not the date. But since it will be it will be announced next week, so it's worth mentioning it in this interview. Yeah, so as I said, we played a lot 2023, 2024. We played a full European UK tour with Swallow the Sun and Draconian, which was really, really important for us. We got to play to bigger crowds, and then that got us to play at Hellfest, Metal Days. We played also 70,000 tons of metal, the metal cruise. So everything that happened after the release of The Loss of Beauty was the best that could happen to us so far. So we're looking forward to the next release and to continue with more tours. That's what we like to do.
Cool. So we've got a question from Lisa. She asks, how do you go about writing your songs?
Usually the process, the songwriting process is starts from the two guitarists, so Gabo and Raffaele. They usually write the songs from start to finish. I mean the instrumental part. So I mean, it can be from both of them, and then they send to the rest of the band the full song already kind of recorded, but of course it can change over the months. And then I add the vocals. So I usually work on the vocals and the lyrics when the song is already laid down. So I usually write some melodies. I record some melodies even before the lyrics, and then I kind of mold the lyrics over that melodies and vocal lines, so that and maybe we adjust together, the length of the song and the different parts. So we arrange the songs after the first the first recordings.
Yeah.
So yeah, then after the song is laid down, it's a collective work. But yeah, it starts from one of the two guitarists, and then I add the vocals, and then we decide if it works or not.
Cool. 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 Thank you for that, Lisa. So, could you tell us a little bit about the split EP that's going to be released?
Yeah. So it's going to be released at the end of November. We've never done anything like that. We've always been a band that put out full-length albums. So we never did. We never done EPs or singles. So this is a very interesting thing to do, because split album is interesting because you're presenting your band also to other fans of the other band, and vice versa. So it's something really interesting. And actually, we got the offer. We got invited to do that from the label that is releasing it, which is an Italian label called Everlasting Spew Records. It's mainly a death metal label, but they have a few death doom metal bands, including Convocation. So they were looking for a band for the other side of the split. I mean, if we consider the vinyl release, it would be one band on one side and one band on the other side. And yeah, I know the label personally. I know the label owner, and I know the Convocation guys. So we were about to enter the studio to record the new album, and we had a few extra songs. So we said that's perfect moment to record everything and then decide which songs are going to go on the split and which songs are going to go on the album. That's what we did. So yeah, now we're almost we're close to release date. So we will release a single before the release date, and a single for each band. And yeah, we believe very much in those songs. So they'll probably be darker than the album itself, maybe a bit doomier.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Looking
Yeah,
forward to that.
we can't wait to release new material, because every time 2 or 3 years pass between one release and the other. So it's always good when you have new stuff to release. It feels good.
Cool. Cool. Could you tell us a little bit about the new album?
Well, the new album, well, we've done different things over the years, because we recorded, we released in 2020 this album, which was really different from everything else, which is called Beyond the Shores. That was 38 minute doom metal track. But our journey has always been very eclectic, I think. Even though we have our references, but we also have different influences that we try to blend. So I think our next album will follow that path. So it's probably a continuation of The Loss of Beauty. There will be a lot of melody, vocal harmonies. It's not strictly doom metal album, but it has its slower parts, but also its faster parts, some blast beat, of course, harsh vocals. We really believe in this album. I think the production is fantastic, and so we can't wait for it to be released. But we will have to wait a bit, since the split is going to be released in November. So I think, yeah, 2026. I hope it will be released before the end of the year. Before the end of 2026. It really depends on which label is going to be released, because we're now approaching labels to see who is interested. So it really depends on the schedule of these labels. Because nowadays there's a lot of releases. So I can't tell you anything about release date, but we're really proud of the record, and that it will have a few guests that I cannot tell you at the moment, but the producer is always the same person since our first album, and it's Marco Mastrobuono, our good friend. He's now working in a studio called Bloom Recording Studio, who's also doing Flesh God Apocalypse, for example. And yeah, so we're really proud of what came out.
Cool. Are you writing any sort of like new material for the next for the next album?
I mean, after that,
Yeah.
no, we finished recording the new album before the summer, the new album and the split. So no, at the moment we're not thinking about writing new material. So we can't wait to release both releases and then play live. Usually when the album comes out, we play live a year or two, and in the meantime we start writing new stuff. So we it's good to take a break from the songwriting and then start writing again when you have fresh ideas.
Cool. Is there any sort of like plans on releasing any merchandise in the run up to the split and the new album release?
Yeah, definitely. We actually, since the split release, it's usually a minor release, not in a bad sense, but I mean that there won't be a full cycle of promotion like for a full length album. So we're not gonna do any extensive tourings. So we'll probably release maybe a t-shirt design, new t-shirt design, but that's it. So with a new album, we're gonna insist more on the merchandising, but we still have our let's say, old merchandising from our previous record still available on our Bandcamp. So we'll continue with that.
Cool.
And also, I forgot to mention, we released earlier in the year a live album. So we released it on CD and digital, and it's a live album. The songs are taken from the tour we did with Swallow the Sun in 2023, and the album is called Beauty Over Europe. It's connected to The Loss of Beauty, which is the official album. So we recorded songs from different cities, and we released it on a live album.
Cool, cool. Would with that Beauty Over Europe, would you sort of like put that onto sort of like DVD with your live footage, or
No, not a DVD, but there are a few tracks available on our YouTube channel. We released a couple of those songs are also available on a YouTube channel as a video.
Cool, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Out of would you is there any plans on putting your music onto vinyl records?
Yes. So the split is going to be released in all formats. So it will be CD, vinyl, and cassette. And for the new album, it will really depend on which label is going to be released. But I would say that a vinyl release nowadays, it's a priority. So definitely, it's going to be released on vinyl. And recently, I mean, a couple of years ago, we re-released our debut album on vinyl as well.
Cool, cool.
So all our album except our second, which is Like Drapes for Tomorrow, they're all available on vinyl.
Cool, cool. Are those available on your Bandcamp page?
Well, digitally, all of our albums. Basically, the first two are sold out. They were released on Candlelight Records, so they're sold out from the labels and never repressed. So we have Quiescence, which is our first album, re-released on vinyl. And then we have Beyond the Shores, which is the 38-minute doom metal track that I mentioned earlier. That's only available on CD and cassette at the moment. The Loss of Beauty is available in both formats, CD and vinyl, and the live album only on CD. So we have a bit of everything except the first two. So the second album we don't have it in any format. The debut album only on vinyl at the moment, but let's see if label wants to repress it, we'll see. But everything is available digitally on every platform. So
cool. We've got a question from Lisa. She asks, "What is your favorite type of venue to play at, and do you have a favorite one?"
Well, I'm really connected to the underground, so I still love small venues, small sweaty venues when you have a crowd very close to your face. So yeah, but I would say venues of 100, 200 people max are my favorite. Even though when you have the chance to play big festivals, it's always an amazing thing and a dream come true. It was like when we played Hellfest, that was unbelievable to play in front of 10,000 people. That was great. But considering the status of our band right now, I prefer small venues but packed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there who do like the small intimate venues where you can actually see the people on stage and actually
Yeah.
get involved.
Yeah, I also like to, to be at the merch at the end of the show, to talk to people. I really like the connection with the fans and the people that come to the shows. That's really important. It's really important just not to be, a rock star. I really, really like to talk to our fans.
Yeah, it's always good to sort of like, be approachable, especially for the people who actually who are fans of the band. You can actually go up and say, "I really like that particular song that you did. The third song in, and it really spoke to me." You get that sort of like
Yeah,
genuine response.
that's really important, because if people travel to see you, um, it's not something that you can take for granted, because I mean we are fans of the music, um, and so yeah, also we're in the same position of those people. Maybe we're fans of other bands, and when we go to see those bands, we like to talk to people that influenced our sound. I think it's the same when, yeah, after the show we're always available to chat with people, and sometimes we really have good conversations, and I think that's important.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that, Lisa. So, um, are you in the process of planning any tours?
Um, at the moment, there are no touring plans. Like, because as I said, we will postpone any extensive tourings for when the album will be released. But of course, we will be active. We will be playing shows. We will do the Italian weekend shows. If we're invited at festivals, we'll take the chance. We recently did a UK tour also, so it was late August. We played 4 shows in England, basically. Uh, it was pretty good. So we try to do stuff like that, maybe territorial tourings, a few gigs here and there. But yeah, we'll postpone the bigger stuff for when the album will come out. At the moment, we have a few shows planned. We will play a gig in Sardinia in at the end of November, and then we have a gig in Switzerland in January, and we also have a few other Italian cities where we're gonna play, but nothing too extensive.
Cool. Uh, once the album is released, would you sort of like go further afield, like say back to England, or do like a full European tour, or possibly go a venture over to say North America, such as Canada, or down into South America?
It's definitely what we would like to do. So there, it needs to be planned in advance, of course. So when we have a date, when we know when the album is going to be released, we start working on that, and with our booking agency.
Cool, cool, cool. Um, so where can people find you on social media so they can keep up to date with the band?
Of course, we are on Facebook, Instagram. We also have a TikTok account, which is not really updated, but we put a few videos there when we have them, and we are on Bandcamp. So if you write on any if you write on Google Shores of Null, you will find us. And we also have an official website, shoresofnull.com, where all these other social networks are linked. So you can go there and find your way. But our merch is available only on Bandcamp at the moment.
Cool. So, guys in the chat, if you've got any more questions, please ask away. We're going to be starting to wrap things up in the next 5-10 minutes or so. Any advice for people who want to become a musician, whether for their own personal reasons or possibly going down the commercial route?
My advice is if you like to be a musician in the underground scene, I mean, especially if you like metal, don't think about the money. So if money is your goal, do something else, because that will ruin the I don't know, the emotion you put into it. We don't do it for the money, and I mean, if money comes, of course we'll be happy, but that's not the main goal. You do it for the passion. You do it because you'd like to say something, and so even if that means remaining on a underground level, that's not a problem, as long as, I mean, you still have the credibility, and your music means something. If your music starts to mean nothing anymore, then it's the right time to stop.
Yeah.
I know I know younger people who are getting into metal music right now, and if they have the passion, they go anywhere. But they also need to understand that we're living in different times, and so it is important to have a presence online. So if you're simply good at doing music, unfortunately nowadays it's not enough, because you won't have the producer to pick you up from nothing and putting money into your project. That's not going to happen. So you have to really work hard, invest time, invest money, and know what you can do. So study a lot what you can do with your band. So study how to do ads online, or how to be present online. Yeah, everybody would love to just play music and then give the music to someone else to do the job for you, but it's not how it works nowadays in the underground scene. So you really have to work hard, and if nobody cares about you, put up your own shows, release your own records, and go ahead.
Sound advice there. Sound advice. Lisaboo has just said, thank you for coming on, David.
You're welcome. Really enjoyed it.
We're going to wrap things up now. So have you got any final words before we go?
Not really. I mean, we can't wait. We can't wait to release our new split, and
Yeah.
My microphone just just went silent for a little. So yeah, we can't wait to release the new split, and show our music to the fans and hope to get new fans.
Yeah, I can't wait to for the new for the split EP, which is the 21st of November.
November, yeah. But in the upcoming weeks, we'll be releasing a single for each band. So first will be Convocation, and then us. So within the month of October, you will hear something new from Shores of Null, definitely.
Cool. So, David, thank you so much for coming on and doing this little interview. It's
You're
been
welcome.
an
Thank you so much.
absolute pleasure. So, guys in the chat, if you haven't checked out Shores of Null, please do. I'll put all the links down in the description, and Lisaboo has been posting out the links as well in the live chat there. So go check Shores of Null. You won't be disappointed. You literally won't be disappointed. I've been following Shores of Null for must be about what 5-6 years now, and they're absolutely brilliant. So go check them out.
Thank you so much,
David. Thank you so much again for joining. It's been a total pleasure. So
my pleasure.
Until next time, guys, we'll catch you all later.
Bye.